Okay, I have a question about the auto farm. I've built it completely to the specifications that were originally designed. I'm running 1.14.3 on a server. I have enslaved my villager up here, and I want to show you what happens every time I push the button and attempt to harvest. So I have made the modifications that you released in the later video from transitioning this farm from an older build to 1.13. So maybe this is something to do with 1.14, I don't know. I didn't find this video until 1.14 was already active. But I want to make sure that this trapdoor is opening like it's supposed to, that there's enough of a delay when the water spews out from these three and washes all the soil down. With the seeds actually popping up, I've been seeing them pop up almost instantly, which means sometimes they get washed away and not there for the villager. And there's something wrong with this block right here as well. It seems to be going down and popping back up almost instantaneously. So the villager doesn't have enough time to get back out, and or doesn't have enough time to get back in once he's done planting. It doesn't seem to be automatic. You seem to have to push the button. All the water rushes up. The water does not go away of its own accord. And then if you push the button again, then the water gets sucked back up into the observers and dissipates, and then the block lowers, and sometimes he comes out. There seems to be something wrong, and I can't figure out where in the world in my wiring it's going wrong. So I wanted to show you all. Maybe someone can help me. I'll push once. Water comes out, blows the weed away. Here's everything going down. The door did not open. There it did. Okay, so it did open this time. That's good. Now I'm trying to see if the water will dispense on its own. It's not, which means it's trapped the villager. So he's not able to come back up. I don't understand why the water is not dispensing. So the water is not dispensing away and allowing the villager to actually come out. The block has retracted, but for some reason the water is not going away of its own accord. So I'm going to sit here for a few seconds and see if it does. But it doesn't seem to be. So if I push the button again manually, notice the block is away, block pops back up, water goes away, villager is trapped, which means he can't actually come out. So the only thing different that I've done in this entire design is modify this here, instead of being a fence, to be a fence gate, and that's just so that I can open it and walk up here if I'm still in survival mode. I can't even seem to interact with him for some reason. I don't know why. But I would really appreciate some help of someone showing me what might be wrong with the wiring. I'm going to go down and look at the wiring just so you can see an overview. So let's see, here's the button right here, button push. Here's the lever modification to keep the fence up here, this particular fence closed. Down here, the fence piece that we installed right there to keep it closed. And so this activates the trap door, which flows down through here. Activate that. You can hear his door opening and closing because of this block. I'm not really sure why this block is even here, to be honest. The seeds are all trapped down there. They don't seem to be going up. I don't understand why they're not going up. I made the modification here with the block going all the way down. I just don't understand what's not happening. Here's the receptacles. They're lined up properly. The comparators are working. Everything's laid out inside of them the appropriate way. It is collecting the wheat. I'm going to figure out a way later on to empty this bucket, bring it over here to the middle, and spin it out up top to actually move the items up for an item elevator. But that's a later question. This circuit looks correct according to the original design. Items are in the hopper. 23. I did the reduced timing like the correction video stated. All of this looks correct as far as I can see it designed. I simply don't understand why the seeds are getting stuck down there. They're not getting spit up top through the elevator like they're supposed to. And the the water is not automatically retracting up top and allowing the villager to walk out, collect the seeds, and do his planting, so that then he will return and shut the door in the block and shut down the system. So if anyone can offer some assistance, I would really appreciate it, because this has been driving me nuts for about 3 days.